Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. I hope everybody is having a gorgeous Wednesday. I am headed home because I am finally off. Yay me. But I thought I would just, start up a video so we can discuss a fall from grace. I was going to do it when I get home, but I got 2 scheduled videos to do tonight. So I was just like, let me do this while I'm in the car. And you can just kind of discuss in the comments, because unfortunately I cannot go live on my phone. Well, not live to YouTube on my phone. So I will just post this video and we can discuss in the comments, and we can just chat. You know what I'm saying? So who saw A Fall from Grace? I watched it on Sunday. And I thought it was pretty interesting. I was kind of skeptical because I was listening to, like people talk about it on the radio or whatever. And they were saying, because I guess they was interviewing Tyler Perry or whatever. And they were like, oh, the movie good, this, and this. And I was like, well, of course y'all going to say it's good in front of the man. Y'all not going to talk shit on the movie. And, y'all sitting in front of him. So I was like, because some of his movies, no. They have a good storyline, but it's just kind of like the same old. So I was kind of skeptical. But I saw it and it was pretty interesting. I liked it. I was kind of surprised. I did like it. Some of the stuff was like real far-fetched, and I was looking at it like for real though. But overall, I will say I liked the movie. So if you did not see the movie, do not watch this review of it, because it will have spoilers and I will be talking about stuff that happened in the movie. So I'm telling you right now, at the 2-minute mark of my video, if you have not seen the movie, do not continue to watch this video. Watch my other videos, but don't watch this one. Anyway, y'all, let's talk about it. So the movie is about this lady who, her name is Grace. She killed her husband or whatever. So it's all over the news and everything. It's all in the newspapers and so forth that she killed her husband. So it's not like we trying to figure out, we are the viewers are trying to figure out like what happened, but the people in the movie are not really trying to figure out like who killed the husband, whatever. When it opens up, it starts with these cops and this old lady, she on the roof. And this old lady, she talking like, I don't have nothing else. They done took everything. I don't have nothing else to live for and all this other stuff. So then she jumps or whatever. So then we go to this couple, and we find out the cop is married to, or is the boyfriend of the lawyer who is going to be assigned to the Grace, was it Grace Kelly? I don't remember her last name, but to the Grace case or whatever like that. So the girl, the lawyer, she is in her early 20s or late 20s or whatever. And she's never been to court or anything like that. She's never tried a case or nothing. She is known as the person who takes plea deals or whatever. So the lady, Grace, she already pled guilty. So they basically just trying to get her sentencing together, see how much time she'll get, in jail or whatever. The girl, the young girl, which I do not remember her name, forgive me, y'all. The lawyer, she goes to work. She works at the district attorney's office. She goes to work, and her boss gives her the Grace case or whatever. Her co-workers is like, well, how do you get the case? Blah, blah, blah. You don't even deserve the case and whatever. They hating on her, whatever. She's just basically like, well, I mean, I don't even understand why I got it, but it's a closed deal. I'm going to just try to get her a good plea because I'm friends with the DA or whatever. That's all it's going to be about. So and I'm going to just say this. Tyler Perry in this movie was a complete asshole. He was a complete dick, and he was annoying as hell. I really wanted to punch him in his throat. He was her boss. He played her boss. And he was annoying. Like, yeah. So And I'm gonna tell you how he was annoying further along. So anyway, the lawyer girl, she go meet up with Grace, and you know, she's telling her like, that's your plea, you want to plead guilty and stuff like that. Did you kill your husband? And she like, yeah. And I already pled guilty or whatever. And she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna talk to the DA and I'm gonna see what I can get for you or whatever. The lady start crying. So she looking like, I ain't never seen no murderer start crying before. Like, what's going on? Why she crying? So she go talk to her friend Sarah, which is Grace's best friend. She go talk to Sarah, her best friend. And while she go in there, some lady looking out the window. It's not Sarah. It's like one of Sarah's tenants or whatever. She go to visit her. She talking to her, and Sarah like, it's my fault that she in this situation or whatever. And she was like, why you say it's your fault? Like, tell me about Grace and stuff. So Sarah starts telling her a little bit about what's going on with Grace. She was saying like Grace was nice, and Grace cooked cookies for the kids, and she go to church, and she all these nice things she's saying about Grace. Then she was like, well, why would you say it's your fault or whatever? And she was like, well, I told her to, you know, get out and meet people or whatever. Because, not Sarah, Grace is going through, well, she went through a divorce. She already divorced and stuff like that. But she don't want to meet nobody. She just kind of stay in her house, go to work, go home, not really, you know, doing anything extra and stuff like that. And Sarah was pretty much like, you need to go out and meet people or whatever. Go to this art show here and meet some people and stuff. And she was like, well, I don't know, girl. I don't know. She was like, well, yeah, just go out there and meet somebody, you know, have fun and blah, blah, blah. So she gave her the flyer and told her to go out and stuff like that. And she telling this to the lawyer. And so the lawyer like, oh, okay. And she said something else. I can't remember right now what the hell she said, because I watched it on Sunday and today Wednesday. And y'all know my memory ain't good in 15 minutes. Nothing more or less. You want me to remember something I watched on Sunday. But anyway, and I'm not going to go verbatim for the thing, because the movie was like 2 hours and some change. I'm not finna give y'all no 2-hour review. I'm just want to hit the good spots and stuff like that. But anyway, somehow I forgot what happened, but she goes back to she talking to the DA. The DA said she wanted to see if she could get about 15 years. The DA like, no, you can't. Not the DA. The prosecutor was like, no, you can't get that. No, you getting 25 to life or whatever. And she like, what? But she was this model woman and blah blah blah. No, he was like, I don't care about all that. She killed somebody. This is what she gonna get. So she go and take the paperwork to her, and she telling Sarah to sign the paperwork. Here go the plea deal or whatever. And Sarah was like distraught and stuff like that. She was like, well, what's going on, Sarah? Because Grace, I never seen a murderer cry before. So tell me what happened. Did you kill him? Like, what happened? What made you do it? Or whatever like that. So then Grace starts telling the story. She said she was, you know, at home or whatever, nothing to do. So then she took Sarah up on her, you know, thing about going to the museum. And then she went to the museum. She was looking at the exhibits and stuff, all these African exhibits and stuff like that. Then she sees this guy with this badass wig on, Tyler, and he's in wigs. Where is you getting them? Horrible. So he come up to her in this horrible ass wig. He starts talking to her, and he like, you know, because they talking about the paintings and stuff like that. She noticed he had like some little African necklace or whatever, and she had, you know, asked him about it, and he said it was from some village and blah blah blah. And so one of the people who worked at the museum called him away, the art museum or exhibit or whatever. She called him away. Next thing she knows, she introducing the guy, and it's the man who made the paintings or whatever. So Grace was like, oh man, I was talking to the artist all the time. She didn't say nothing bad about the artwork. She said everything good, but she was saying that it was a she and not a guy. And then it turned out it was the guy. So she was just like, oh my goodness, whatever. So then she go home, whatever. The next day she at work, she sees a painting he had gave her, and I think it was a rose and then a letter or whatever. I think he called her, or no, she called him, but it was like a few days later because she called him. Because Sarah was like, well, girl, won't you call him? Call him. She was like, I ain't calling this man. But then she finally ended up calling him. And she called him, and he like, what took you so long? And she was like, well, first of all, how you get my information? And he like, I got it from, you signed my guest book or whatever. And I'm like, if somebody signed that guest book, they typically don't put where they work at and all that other stuff. They would just put their name and maybe their phone number or email or something like that. But where they worked at too, fishy. But so that was clue number one, that something wasn't right. But anyway, he invite her out for dinner or whatever. They go to some diner. They at the diner all night. She falling in love with this man, child. So he talking big game. He talking all this sweet stuff, you know, people want to hear and all that other stuff. And when he was doing it, I was like, yo, something about him ain't right. He's shady or something. But he was just like treating her real good and stuff. And he wanted to go inside her house because she said that she had brought her house. She don't owe nothing on the house. She ain't take nothing from her ex-husband. And she was just kind of telling him about her, because he kept asking about her ex a lot. And I was like, no, dudes don't really do all that, especially if you're trying to get to know somebody. They be feeling some type of way when you really be talking about your ex all the time or whatever like that. So he kept asking information about the ex, and I was like, he finna use her or do something, use that against her because she vulnerable, and then he gonna know what her weaknesses are or whatever like that. And she was telling him that the husband cheated on her. She found the husband banging the secretary and all this other stuff, and she was like, I ain't take nothing from him. I'm self-made pretty much. I own my house. I bought my house. All this stuff. So she just telling all this stuff, and I was like, oh no, Sarah, why are you doing all this? I was so worried for her, but and I was rightfully so worried. I'm not Sarah. Why do I keep saying Sarah? Grace. I was like, oh no, Grace. But anyway, he took her to this firefly field or something. It was a nice area, and the fireflies came up and all this other stuff, and then he ended up proposing to her. She said yes to him or whatever, because they used to stay up on the phone all night. She said that she would go into work tired from staying up on the phone all night with him, and it was just something new, and she haven't felt that alive in a long time and all this other stuff. And he proposed. She said yes. They got married. I don't even know if they went on a honeymoon, but they got married. And what happened? Oh, he was giving her food, not dinner in bed, breakfast in bed, and roses at work, and doing like all the good stuff, right? Taking pictures of her and all this other stuff, all the good stuff. So she's telling her about all the good stuff. So she was like, well, what happened? Like, what made you, like, what switched it or whatever? And she said it was all good until it wasn't. And then she had stopped telling the story. And then she was like, well, I don't even understand why you want to hear all this anyway. I already pled guilty, and when I had told people who my lawyer was, they already told me that this is a done deal, that you the plea deal lady, and I ain't finna get out, and all this other stuff. But she trying to figure out, like, why you asking me this crap? I already said that, you know, I'm guilty or whatever. So she told her to leave, or she was like guards or some shit. So anyway, she ended up leaving. And so when the lawyer went home, she was like, something ain't right. I feel like it's more to the story. It's something else there or whatever. Like, but she won't tell me. I know it's something else. And she was talking about she wanted to give up law and all this other stuff. And then Tyler Perry, that's why Tyler Perry was getting on my effing nerves, right? Because this girl was like listening to this lady, to Grace's story or whatever. And she was like, something else is there. She was looking at the evidence, the pool of blood, like all this stuff. And she like, something is here. We missing something. And he like, I don't understand why you still got this case. Like, the lady said she was guilty, have her sign a plea deal, send her to jail, and then the case closed. I got the mayors up my ass. I got, like, sir, if she found something that say this lady not guilty, why are you not trying to work to see if she is guilty? Why are you not trying to help this girl set up a case or form a case or something like that? He was pretty much like, she's killed them, move on. Like, oh, Tyler Perry was getting on my nerves. And the way he was talking down to that girl, oh, I swear I just wanted to punch him in his throat. Because he just kept talking down to her. Like, you ain't never tried no case. You don't know nothing about being no lawyer. You ain't even no good lawyer. Like, all you do is take pleas. That's why I gave you this case anyway. An easy case for you to take. So go ahead and do it. I'm like, yo, you ain't got to talk to her like that. You ain't got to talk to her like that, Tyler. And, oh, he was just so freaking annoying. So the girl, she all like, I don't even know. She go home to her boyfriend and like, I don't even know why I'm trying to do this. This don't even make no sense. And maybe that was his wife. I don't know. Maybe they was married. Whatever, child. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I don't even want to do law no more. I just want to do this. I was just like, girl, stop. From one case, just because you can't get it together. Like, study, read up on some shit. But anyway, she go back to Grace and talk to Grace some more. And Grace finally was like, all right, I'll tell. Because she was like, well, I can try your case. I'm not going to take this plea deal. We going to go to the lawyers and not to the lawyers. We going to go to court. We going to try this or whatever. And she was like, all right, whatever. So she told her the rest of the story. So she tells her the rest of the story. This guy, y'all, let me tell you how Grace better than me. Let me tell you how Grace better than me. So Grace go to work. She at work. She telling say, oh no, I missed the part. She at home. She sleep in the bed, whatever. She wake up, he not in the bed no more. So naturally, she gonna go look for him. She go downstairs, he talking on the phone. He like, oh, so did you like those fireflies? Yeah, yeah, I love you too. Yeah, all right, so. And she like, hey, baby, who that? Who you talking to? And he like, yeah, so, he finishing the conversation, y'all. So he finishing the conversation. He gonna say he gonna call the person back on the phone, or he gonna see them tomorrow. So he like, you know what, Grace? It's two things I don't like: being checked up on and being questioned. And she was like, well, I was just, I just woke up and I had missed you or whatever. I missed you too. And then he just sashayed on up the steps, okay? Like, he just ain't cut a whole fool and was on the phone like that. Oh, okay. Strike one. So she go to work the next day. She on the phone talking to Sarah. She's talking to Sarah. She's telling Sarah what's going on and whatnot. And then somebody comes, and then she sees all these high wigs, like the big bosses and stuff, all these men and everything. They in all these suits and stuff, so you know they doing something big or whatever. They all walking in the bank, because she worked at the bank. They all coming in the bank and stuff. And then this lady come, I guess the secretary, whoever. She like, they want to see you in the conference room. So she was just like, oh, okay. She was like, well, Sarah, I got to go, girl. She was like, well, why you got to go, baby? Because I got to go. What the, you asking me questions for? So she was like, because my boss wouldn't see me in the break room or whatever, or the conference room. So she go in the conference room. They like, $379,000 has been missing from our accounts or whatever like that. Did you think we wasn't going to find out? She like, huh? What is you talking about? Like, why? What they got to do with me? So she like, well, not she. He like, you use your passwords, you got your signature, it got all this stuff on there. She like, huh? What are you talking about? So he was like, you fired, and we want all our money, or we pressing charges or whatever. She like, yo, what? They ain't answer no questions. They ain't try to get no evidence. They ain't show her nothing. They just said, look, bitch, get your shit. You got to go. So they fired her. She walking out the door with her little box and stuff. She go home, Sarah at her house. She talking to Sarah. He's just walking the door. She like, where you been? I've been calling you all day or whatever. He was just like, well, I was busy. She was like, well, you was busy with that that girl, you showed her the flyer files or whatever. And he was just like, so we doing that. So, and then Sarah's still sitting there. So he like, so we gonna have this conversation in front of your friend? Or because I think he asked her to leave or something, I don't remember. But then he was like, so you gonna have this conversation in front of your friend? And then so Sarah was like, her friend, remember that or whatever. And so then Grace was like, no, Sarah, you could go, whatever. She was like, you sure, girl? You sure you want me to leave? She was like, yeah, you could go, whatever. So Sarah leave. Sarah leave. They start having a conversation. He like, look, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know why you coming at my throat like this or whatever like that. Here goes some, he threw some pictures down. And he was like, this is what the butterflies was. These kids got cancer. I told them about the butterfly site so they could take a whole bunch of pictures. I thought you would like it because that's what we got proposed at or whatever. That's why I proposed to you at and stuff like that. And so then she feeling all dumb, which she shouldn't have. But she feeling all dumb, and she like, well, I'm sorry, baby, I got fired or whatever like that. I don't know what's going on. Somebody in the stole $379,000 on my account. They done used all my passwords, all my this, all my that, and I don't know how they did it. Maybe somebody stole my identity. I've been trying to figure it out all day. So he like, oh my God, baby, let me help you. Let me help you out. My first thought would have been like, I'd have thought him, because he close to her or whatever. And they married, so if she put her passwords, if she forgot her passwords or whatever like that, she might have put them on her phone or something. So I would have thought it would have been him. First thought, that'd have been me. First thought, I'd have thought, did you, by chance, pick up some passwords, something? Because first of all, she didn't even know him like that. He was getting more information from him. He was getting more information from her than she was of him. But, she still ended up marrying him because she was lonely and all this other stuff. Child, they call the FBI, they calling all these people, all this other stuff, right? Of course, they ain't getting nowhere. She go down to the bank, and what was she asking for? She was asking for something. I can't not remember. What was she asking? She was asking, I don't know. I don't think she was asking for any money or nothing like that. But she was asking for something. And they was like, well, man, before we can help you with that, we need you to pay on your mortgage or whatever. And she was like, my mortgage? What are you talking about? My house been paid off or whatever. And they was like, because you got the second mortgage out on your house. She was like, what? A second mortgage? Who did that? She was like Portia in Real Housewives. Who said that? Like, that's how she was. Like, who took out the second mortgage? Not me. And so they was like, yeah, ma'am, this is your signature right here. And she was like, no, see, that's what I'm telling you. Somebody must have stole my identity. I did not do this. Like, what are you talking about? And they was like, well, right here, it was notarized or whatever. And she was like, what? Notarized? Who did that? She was like, well, what's the address to the notary? So the lady started giving her the address to the notary. She wrote it down and stuff. She was like, let me see a pen. Let me see your pads or whatever to write this stuff down, because this is crazy. So she started writing it down, and she writes it down. Then I think she ended up going. Yeah, I can't spit it out. She went there to where the notary was supposed to be at. It was just somebody's house. It looked ran down. The mail was all piled up for months on end. And I'm surprised it was mail like that anyway, because after a while the mailman stopped delivering mail. So if they don't got nowhere to put, if they can't put it in the box, they just stop delivering your mail. So all them packages and envelopes by the door, that ain't even real. But at any rate, she saw that, and then she ended up calling the bank to get surveillance cameras or whatever to find out what was going on. So she did that. Girl, he come home. She like, it was you. He talking about, what are you talking about? What are you saying? She was like, it was you. You went down to the bank. You stole my money. You did this or whatever. And he was like, what? So then she slid him the phone. Oh no, she was like, check your phone. I sent something to your phone or whatever. She sent the video. he in there, he's shaking the man's hand and all this other stuff. I guess he thought she wasn't going to figure it out or whatever. And she like, you need to get the F out of my house and all this other stuff. You need to give me back my money so I can pay these people back. You all this. And he was like, your house? No, we married. So this is my house. Who did what? See, Grace better than me. She better than me, okay? And then this is another part where she better than me at, too. So, he just, like, this is my house. Now he didn't switch. He didn't switch. So, he just mean, nasty Shannon or whatever like that. Mean, nasty, just downright gutter. And he's talking dirty on her and stuff like that. Child, he came. She went home. She all miserable and stuff. She went out or something and she came back home, child. She hear all this noise in the house. He in there getting some chick, okay? She walk in the house. She open up the door. She see him banging some girl. He hops off the girl, goes to the door and tells her to get the F out the room. She need to go on there. You interrupting me, blah, blah, blah. He locks and closes the door. The girl like, you done brought me to your mama house. Why you bring me to your mama house? He was like, that ain't my mama. He was talking about, my mama don't look like that or some nonsense. And then he goes back to having sex with this child. Bye. See, Grace, that was your first mistake. No, I'm sorry. Your first mistake was trusting this man and giving him all your information and not learning shit about him. That was your mistake right there. That was your very first mistake. But after all them mistakes, you gonna let this man close that door and go back to, girl, no. No, ma'am. Cause she could hear them screwing from downstairs. Now, I'm not one to promote violence, but some insanity would have clicked in. And I'd have had a bat, a knife, or something. And I would have went up them steps and somebody's genitals would have been mutilated. Okay? I'm just saying. And then you going to tell me to get out my own house so you can finish screwing this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So she... Because before this, she had called the cops, asked the cops to get him out the house, and they was like, ain't nothing we can do, it's a civil matter, or whatever, because, of course, they married. Child, she went downstairs and just sat in the dining room table, whatever, looking all, just beaten, battered, and worn out, and whatever. She go downstairs. He comes down dressed. He still kissing on this girl. He didn't ask the girl was she coming back over so they can do it again. He doing all this stuff, y'all. He's still kissing the girl while she leaving out the house. He like, all right, baby, I'm gonna call you later. Grace still sitting there looking beat and worn. I said, really, Grace, really? Are you serious? And all she doing is sitting there telling him, give me my money back. I'm about to call this man Harold. That man ain't made no damn Harold. Give me my money back, Shannon. That's all I want. Give me my money back and get out my house. Get out my house. And he's talking dirty on her. Talking about, it really hurts me because you're a real nice person or whatever. But so it pains me to say this. But I'm not gonna love you. I don't love you the way you gonna love me. You weak, you this, you that. Don't nobody want you. Like, he just going in on this lady. He just going in. And so I guess she finally snapped. After all that, then you, girl, whatever. But she finally snapped, pick up a bat, and bust the side of his motherfucking face in. Just bang, bang, bang. Blood just spurtering all over the place. She think he dead. I thought he was dead. I said, it's about time, Grace. Because this man done got away with too much shit. Like, you done had this man up in your house all this time, and he done got you fired from your job that you done had for years. He then took out a second mortgage, and you done already paid off the first mother child by. And then he then stole so he then took out a second mortgage for $300 and something thousand. He then stole $300 and something thousand from the bank. He then cause her account was withdrawn like $40,000 or some shit. So then she ain't got no money in her account. She ain't got no job. And then the creme de la creme, you wanna be getting some girl in my house? Then you gonna talk shit on me? On me? Grace, I was like, what's the problem? When she hit him, I was like, what's the problem? She should get a medal, not time in jail. I guess you can't take the law into your own hands. But I mean, everybody got their breaking point. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their breaking point. That was Grace's. So she busts his head open. She drags his body. She drops it down into the basement. And then she go in the car and she driving for 1,000 miles and some change. She calls Sarah and she tells Sarah that she killed him. So, that's when the lawyer was like, well, did they ever find his body? How you know he did? She was like, I don't know, but he did or whatever. I told my son to go over there. No. She said, I told Sarah to go over there. When she went over there, it wasn't nobody there or whatever. So she was like, well, how you know he did and stuff? She was like, I don't know, but I mean, like, where would his body go? Like, where would he be at or whatever like that? And so she like, okay, so that kind of like sparked something in her or whatever. So then she kind of researching the stuff. She go back over there to Sarah's house. She go talk to Sarah, and Sarah like, well, I didn't want to say anything, but I saw her son leave the house. When I got over there, I saw the son, and when I got there, it wasn't nobody or whatever. And she was like, so maybe that's why. So the lawyer was like, maybe that's why she don't want to. That's why she pleading guilty, because she think her son had something to do with it or whatever. So she said he trying to get this together. The damn, here go Tyler Perry. I don't remember his guy. Rod, was it Rod? I don't know. But he like, why is you doing this? I told you to take the deal. You doing all this nonsense and foolery and buffoonery and shit. And I told you to take this. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go down there and have her sign this goddamn paperwork. So she rushes down there before Tyler Perry get down there and tell her like, look, you don't need to sign this plea deal. We just say you to go into court. Tell him you're not taking this plea deal. Tell him you're not taking this plea deal. And so just trust me with this. We're going to take this to court and blah, blah, blah. So Tyler get down there. She says she want to go to court. She going to face it in court, blah, blah, blah. So they trying to work something. They can't find no extra stuff. The girl trying to do this and whatever. They finally get to court. They got all these witnesses and stuff praising Sarah. Not praising Sarah. Praising Grace. And then some of them saying stuff. The damn girl, she can't really ask no real questions. The judge, I was like, is the judge against the girl too? First of all, why they even having this trial in a city where she killed the man at, and it's all in the news media and stuff? So the jurors is biased, and they could be swayed by what they already heard on newspaper or whatever. So that trial shouldn't have even been held in that city or whatever. But I digress. It's a movie. So what happened? Oh, so the girl, she can't really ask no questions. She sucks. She sucked. So, but Tyler not helping her. Her friends ain't helping her. They look like they just graduated too yesterday. So it's just stupid. And then they get Sarah on the stand, and Grace like, don't be asking no questions, because the lawyer was like, well, we can have what is it, benefit of the doubt or something like that. Where since she said she went over there, she didn't see nobody, we can pin it on her. She took the body. She killed them. So she was like, no. If you do that, I'm going to stand up in the courtroom and say I'm guilty and stuff, because that's my friend, and I don't want you putting that on my friend and all this other stuff. So they ain't do that. So she get on the stand. She asked Sarah some questions. Sarah don't really say nothing. She was just like, oh, she was real sweet. She was nice and blah, blah, blah. She should have took the chance, okay? The prosecutor, he get up there and he like, well, we found phone records and stuff like that, and so the lawyer was like, objection, I ain't seen no phone records, blah, blah, blah. But I could have sworn she had said that they found the phone records, because she knew that the girl called Sarah and told her. So I think she was lying. I don't know. But she said she claimed she didn't see no phone records, so she don't know nothing about no phone call and all this other stuff, which was bullshit because you had already said that you knew about the call and whatever. So then Sarah on the stand was like, she told me she killed them. Everybody like, oh. So then the judge was like, do you have any other witnesses? Do you rest? She was like, we rest. She should have got up there and redirected the questions and asked different questions and all the other stuff. Like, just foolishness. But she didn't. So then she all sad and in her feelings and crying and all this other nonsense because she fight for the lady. Because again, she sucked. And her boss was a dick and didn't help her. So it was just a mess. So the next day, it was closing arguments. The prosecutor, he gave his closing arguments. She's supposed to give her closing arguments, child. She stand up and was like, I would like to call, oh, Jesus. Okay, son, I see you. So she like, I would like to call Sarah to the stand. And the judge like, what is you doing, crazy? You can't do that. This is closing arguments or whatever. You need to give your closing arguments. She like, but I would like to call Sarah to the stand. He like, look, come both of y'all come up here or whatever. She like, he like, why are you trying to do this? She was like, well, I should have asked her questions yesterday and I didn't get to answer the questions. And he was like, okay, that's so sad, but that's not how we do things around here. You just need to do that in appeals. You can't do that no more. You said that you want to close the case. You need to get your closed arguments. So she like, all right. So then she go over there. She looked like she about to give her closing arguments. She say again that she want to call Sarah to the stand. The judge like, look here, God damn it, I said no. So he like, look, if you don't, because he kept saying, y'all both come in my chambers. She was like, I ain't going to your chambers and stuff like that. He was like, if you don't come in my chambers, and if you don't stop doing this and do your closing arguments, I'm going to hold you in contempt. Of course, she ain't obliged to what he was saying, so she got held in contempt. And then, somebody else did her closing argument, which I don't even know. Like, I'm not no lawyer or nothing like that, but I just think that I can't even talk. You got me stuttering, y'all. That just don't sound right. Somebody else just do your closing arguments for you and stuff like that. Like, they don't even really know the case, so how they gonna do the closing arguments? But at any rate, again, this is a show, but if that happens in real life, I guess it do. But it just don't seem right. So at any rate, Rod, the boss, he go visit her in jail, and he go talking about something. How could you miss the phone records? And you supposed to, oh no, he had fussed her out before she was in jail. But when because he fussed her out about the phone records and stuff like that. He was like, this elementary stuff, like you should have been did this and blah, blah, blah. But was you helping me? Was you helping me? Like, you know, this is my first time trying the case. Was you helping me, my nigga? No, you wasn't. So, boop, boop. So, anyway, while she was in jail, he was fussing her out. And she was like, you know what? I don't even have a job no more anyway, so I don't even know why you still talking to me. Like, fuck you. Fuck what you talking about. Fuck that badass wig on your head. Fuck your double chin. Like, fuck all that, okay? So basically what she said. But he walked away and was saying something underneath his breath and all this other stuff. Then they find out. Then we find, oh, not we ain't find out. They said the lady was guilty or whatever. So she guilty, she charged with life. So she finds out that the lady guilty because her husband, he goes to get her in jail, visit her in jail, and was like, baby, just apologize to the judge so we can go home. And she started crying because the lady was found guilty. Did you think she wasn't when you just gave her like a shitty ass case? But whatever. So that's the kicker. When the lady said she was found guilty, everybody in the, you know, in the cheers or whatever, I can't think, it's not the audience, it's the something else, they was like, oh my god. Sarah was like, oh my god, you going to jail and stuff like that. She looked over at Sarah and saw the necklace that Shannon was wearing. How you get that necklace that he had on his neck when I bust his head in and pushed him down the flight of steps? How you wearing his necklace? So it dawned on her like, wait a minute, something ain't to be right. So she went in jail. Then she putting it all together. She like, she gave me the flyer for the art show. When she was at the house, they touched hands. She wearing the necklace. She like, wait a minute. When he was taking the pictures of me, I had my bank information, which was stupid. Like, why you got your banking information and stuff all open on your computer? Like, whatever. So she had it all open on her computer, all her passwords and all this other stuff, while he was flipping the camera. So she realized that it was something else she had realized too. It was something else. I can't remember. But she was putting it all together like, wait a minute. Somehow they know each other. Either they together or something just ain't right. So, so she was like, I want my lawyer. Somebody get my lawyer or whatever. Because she was putting it all together. So, of course, there ain't nobody tell the lawyer or nothing like that. The lawyer was in contempt. She on the way home with her boo. And he like, well, you sure you want to go over here to Sarah's house? Because he was dropping her off at Sarah's house because she wanted to tell, give condolences, see how Sarah was doing since they was best friends and stuff like that. She like, yeah, I think it's just best if I go over there and just talk to her, see how she doing, how she holding up. She go over there, and before they got to the house, he was like, oh, baby, she was like, baby, you could just drop me off right here. I'm going to just walk the rest of the way up. He was like, are you sure? Because she was like, yeah, you got your shift and stuff like that, so you could just go ahead. I'm going to just walk up or whatever. He goes to drop her off. She walking up the road. One of the tenants that stayed in Sarah's house, because she housed all these tenants. Well, I think she said she had 3 tenants. She walking down the street with a bag, with her like a brown paper bag. And she got her house robe on. It's Cicely Tyson. So she like, oh my God. I'm trying to get to my house. And she was like, well, no, you live here. You live with Sarah, baby. You live with Sarah. Come on, let me go take you back to the house with Sarah. She was like, no, that's not my house. That's not my house. So it seemed like she got like maybe some dementia or some mental problems, something like that. So she like, come on. She don't ask her no questions. She just chauffeuring a girl back to Sarah's house or whatever like that. I'd have asked her like, well, where you live at? Where's your house? I'd have asked her some questions, but whatever. So she pushed her back in Sarah's house. They sitting at the table. The old lady, she like, no, I'm just this not my house. This not my house. My house is, and she starts railing off the numbers to the house. The lawyer like, wait a minute, I heard of this before. It was the house. Remember the notary where they gave the address to the notary, Sycamore Street. She was like, wait a minute, that's your house or whatever. She was like, yeah, that's my house or whatever. And then she was saying like, she said something like, it's other people here. And then she was saying like, she was like, yeah, because we just lost somebody, Shannon. She just jumped, or she just died not too long ago. And then so the lawyer put that with, she put that with because her husband had told her that they lost the lady, and he told I think he said her name or whatever, I'm not sure. But she was like, wait a minute. And then it was the same house that where Sarah lived at or whatever. So she putting that all together. So then she started walking around the house, and I'm like, why you ain't call your husband? He a whole cop. Why you ain't call your husband to come back and get you or whatever? She called her husband. No, she didn't call her husband. She walking around the house, child. Oh, that's what it was that Grace put together. I think I said that she gave her the flyer to the art show. So she, the lawyer lady, she walking around the house or whatever. She going downstairs, y'all. It's about 100 old people shackled to like some pipes in the damn basement. They look like they ain't eaten 100 years, and they 100 years old, so they ain't eating all their life. So it's dark down there, it's dirty, it look like it's funky. She like, what is going on? She looking around. Sarah comes in the house. Cicely Tyson ran and hid. She hid real quick. She didn't try to warn the girl or nothing, child. So she go in the basement. I think that's when Shannon had busted in the head or some shit. He busted in the head. Oh no, they was fighting. I think they was fighting. I can't remember. But he ended up tying her up and put her in the closet or whatever like that. Then Sarah came down there and was like, did you get her? Did you get her? What's going on? Did you get her? And she looked, and he said something about mom. I was like, mom? The fuck? So it was a mama and son team, y'all. So a whole child, I said, what? Because she was like, you heard, he was like, you heard what my mom said or something. I said, mama? What? So that was Sarah was his mama. He was still alive. He had the bandage on his head and stuff like that. What happened? Oh, the husband, the cop. He at work. He trying to lock up some person or whatever like that, y'all. He got the man on the hood handcuffed and somebody, you stay right here, okay? You stay right here, cause he got a call on his thing talking about, look at this. Cause before the trial, he took a flyer down and told them to run the flyers for the fingerprints or whatever like that. I don't know why the damn how long was the trial? 2 days? Cause it took forever for the damn fingerprint. Why the fingerprints ain't come? He couldn't put it on stat or whatever. But anyway, he get the report back. It's Sarah, and she got a whole record. She got a rap sheet longer than the goddamn earth circumference. Okay, just wrap it around. Longer than the CVS receipt. She got a goddamn rap sheet that long. He like, oh my god. He get in the car. He done left the damn bad guy with the damn handcuffs on. I said, for real. He gets over to the house. He knocking on the door. Where my wife at? Where my wife at? Where my wife at? She was like, hi, honey. What's going on? Where's your wife? You know where my wife is. Where's she at? I don't know. I haven't seen her. Or whatever. So he was like, well, let me come in. She was like, you got a warrant? And so, of course, he didn't. So she closed the door. So he go to call his wife. Her cell phone was on the kitchen table. So her phone started ringing. He busts open the door. Get my wife. What was her damn name? I forgot her name. So he calling her name. He go downstairs in the basement. He see all the old people just dangling there. He open up the door where she at. He like, oh my God. She like, no. Shannon come try to bust him in the head, but it ain't work. So they start tussling and stuff like that. The gun flipped. She break the chair that she in. And they start tussling again. Somehow she got the gun. She pow. She shoots Shannon. I said, well, you dead now. Oh, before he went downstairs in the basement, he had handcuffed Sarah. Told her to stay there. I said, why you ain't handcuff her to something? So, of course, Sarah, as soon as he went in the basement, she hopped on out the house. Child, they get there. They figure out that this a mother and son team. They done scammed all these old people for like 25 years out of millions of dollars. Getting their social security checks, getting their disability check, whatever kind of check them old people got, they got them. And they just had them living in just filth and just nastiness in the basements and wherever or whatever like that. They was like, Sarah's still on the run. Of course, they overturned the verdict on Grace's case. So then she was a free woman or whatever. And then we see Sarah, she done escaped the course. Because who gonna stick around? She then went to this old, like this other lady house. Like, I guess doing one-on-one care now with this old lady. And she like, well, I've heard of her. Where did I heard of her from? And then they're like, oh yeah, she wrote this and that. She was like, oh yeah, I did hear that. She was worth millions, right? I said, oh Lord, she gonna do it again. My thing is that she goes to a different state or something, because why her face was plastered all over the news. The palm lady ain't watched the news or nothing. I said, girl, But it was a good movie. I thought it was good. And with that twist at the end, I was like, what? I said, okay, Tyler, I see you. That was pretty good. But it had some flaws in it for sure. The wigs was horrible. The acting was alright. It wasn't as bad as, some movies could be. Maybe because he had like some top-notch actors and actresses up in there. Because Felicia Rashad was in there, Cicely Tyson, somebody else he be using all the time. That one girl I seen, the lawyer girl, I seen her in a couple films other than Tyler Perry stuff. So like he had some, some good people in there to balance the ones who really don't act that much. But I thought it was real good. What y'all thought about the movie, y'all? Because I tell you, when When she busted in that door and he was screwing it, I'd have hit him with the bat then. She should have went upstairs with the bat, okay? I was like, Grace better than my ass, because he'd have been dead. What is you talking? You done opened up a second mortgage? Hell, I don't even want to pay the first mortgage, and you done opened up a second one? Bitch, and then you done withdrawn all my money, and I done lost my job. And then you know she can't get no another job at no bank nowhere, because that follows her all over the place. Child, he'd have been dead. What y'all thought about the movie? Let me know what y'all thought. I done gave y'all a good old 50 minutes review on this movie, but I would like to hear what y'all think, so go ahead and put it down there in the comments. If you like this video and you watched it all the way to the end, thank you. You are greatly appreciated. And hit that like button, and then also hit the subscribe button on your way out. I really do appreciate all my subscribers and all my viewers. Until next time, y'all, peace.